Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about she will notice you are looking better when you go on semen retention. And this is a woman's radar. Why will she all of a sudden start noticing that you look a little bit, you're looking better when you go on retention as opposed to if you weren't on retention? Because she doesn't know if you're on retention or not. Unless you tell her, which I don't know why you would ever do that, because there would be literally no point into doing that. But the reason why she'll start noticing that you were looking better, it has everything to do with how you subconsciously act, how you're acting. It has everything to do with how you act. Your behaviors are just a little bit different when you go on retention as opposed to when you weren't on retention. Because if you were relapsing consistently, what starts to happen is just like you're hesitant. There's less sexual tension. You're more of a friend. You might be on a one-on-one encounter with her, and you're trying to do everything to bask away from the sexual tension. And this, if you keep doing this, you're gonna be put in the friend zone. You can never go slow because you don't have anything to give off. You don't have anything to offer her. So the thing is, what anxious people do, and usually what people who aren't on retention because they're not feeling anything, what they start to do is just that they just bask away from anything that has to do with sexual interaction, just because they know they can't do anything with it because they've relapsed all of the things that they were going to give, if that makes sense. So she will start noticing that you're just looking a little bit better just because of your behaviors. Your behaviors are a little bit different. This is what you might start doing. One, you're more bold. You're just becoming more bold. See, the thing about retention is basically building up. You're indirectly building up courage every time you start doing this, and eventually you're just going to be. It's going to get to the point where you built up enough courage into yourself where you can take more risks. You're just more bold. You're more curious. You have more dopamine. Literally living present. You're also becoming more ambitious. You're becoming passionate. You're becoming someone who is very hungry. And this is a good thing, because if you relapse, you don't really want to do anything. You want to chill. You want to hide. You want to let time pass by. You're not really into the market of increasing your life. You're pretty much staying away from the things that you know could actually help you, but you don't really want to do it. There's a correlation between being on semen retention and living a more successful life, because you have that urge, you have that desire, you have the primal instinct to get to the top. Regardless of what anybody says, you have the primal instinct, the primal desire to, one, survive, to two, procreate, and to three, become the best version of yourself. If you're consistently letting your essence go, then you don't really have that core desire anymore. You want to, like I said, you want to play it safe. You want to become someone who is like everybody else. You're never going all in. You're going 50% in, but you're never going all in. And you're just going to be more bold. You're going to take more risks. You're going to have a initiative. You're going to have a plan. You're going to initiate some plans. Like it's also easier if you're on seed retention, if you're on NoFap, it's easier to bask in the sexual tension, because obviously the more desire you feel, that will rub off on her. That will rub her off on her. So the best thing to do is build up to the point where you have all of this tension in you, so through your behaviors, your actions, and your body language, you can translate the feelings that you've harnessed up, and you can transmute those feelings to the person that you're trying to attract or you're trying to acquire. Or you can transmute that same feeling into your career, your entrepreneurial ventures, your aesthetic face, your self-improvement journey, your mindset, anything. You can really transmute these sexual desires that you've conjured up, that you've had for a while, and now you can start using those that energy that you feel in other areas of your life. And this is where, if you read Think and Grow Rich, the art of sexual transmutation comes in. This is literally what you're doing when you decide to retain. You're building up enough desire, you're building up enough, you're conserving your sexual energy so you can start transmuting that energy into other areas of your life. This is the bottom line. So also, if you keep on going on retention, it's easier for, let's say, women to be more feminine around you, just because you're in your more masculine frame. You're in your masculine frame. And this is pretty much how you really get anywhere when it comes to men and women roles. The more masculine you become, the more nonchalant, laid back, alpha you become. It's easier for people around you to be in their more comfortable state, because you're finally filling out your role. But if you're consistently relapsing, it's just harder for you to do this. There's less desire in you. It's not going to work out as much. It's not going to be as effective, if that makes sense. Like I said, your behaviors are changing. Your alpha mindset is changing. And it's easier for her to submit to you if that's what you want. If that's what you're aiming for, it's just easier for her to submit to you, just because you're carrying out, you're living out your masculine role, your masculine frame, and people find this attractive. She's going to start noticing that you're just looking better. She's going to be a little bit more, like I said, feminine around you. She might play with her hair around you. You're just becoming, like I said, you're just becoming your true masculine self, and then she is finding this attractive. So she might unconsciously think that you're just looking better, just because of by the way you're acting. It literally just comes down to how you act. This is pretty much it. Because guys say like, oh, it's not about that. It's about she likes you. It's about how you dress. It's about all this, and that goes hand in hand. But when it comes down to it, it comes down to your behaviors and what you literally do. Because like, if you think about every decision you make as a part of a game, and the better decisions you make, the decisions that you know that you don't want to stay away from, the more ballsy and more risk taking you are, the easier your life become. Because people like action takers, people like risk takers, people like people who go after what they want, if that makes sense. So yes, you're becoming more of a comfortable interaction between the both of you. It's not as comfortable if you're always hesitant, if you're always double questioning, you're always overthinking. You're literally becoming the opposite of this when you're on retention. You're thinking less, you're acting more, and you're going for more of what your subconscious really wants. You're subconsciously, naturally doing the things that you would have to do. Because like I said, your subconscious, your intuition is not as heightened when you're not on retention. So you start guessing more. You're not as natural as you really can be. And all of this goes hand in hand. You have to act the way that you really feel. That makes sense. Like I said, both sides, you the masculine and her the feminine, will act out on the roles just a little bit more when you decide to retain. Because like I said, you're carrying your masculine energy, your masculine frame. People find this attractive. So yes, she'll start noticing you're looking better. She'll start noticing that you're a viable option, because there's a lot of people who are too hesitant. They overthink. They're not really getting anywhere. They don't have a plan and a course of execution. They're just not as interesting or dynamic as they can be, and this shows in their results. But you're different. When you retain, you're building up so much courage that you're just taking more risks. You're looking at her in the eyes when you're talking to her. You're acting out in your masculine behavioral way, and she finds this attractive. There's tension there, and you're basking in this sexual tension. You're getting to a point that you both want to be. Because like I said, if you're not acting out your role, she's gonna think that, oh, he's awkward, and then it's really never gonna go anywhere. Because like I said, people were saying like, oh, it's about how you dress, if she likes you or not. And like, bro, you can make based on how you act, you can, based on if there is initial attraction, based on how you act, you can really close the deal. But people don't really know about this. They just think it's everything that is physically seen is attraction, and that's not the case. It's actually everything that is not physically seen with the eyes that causes attraction. It's about the small things that you do. That's pretty much what causes attraction, and that's what causes you to hit your mark or to miss it by just a centimeter off. Everything matters. Every single thing matters, but people don't think everything matters, but they're always wondering why, if that makes sense. So, just that was a short spill. If that video made any sense to you, make sure you like the video. See some thumbs up, comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and watch out for my next videos. Also, if you have any questions about seed retention, metaphysical, law of attraction, or anything like that, make sure you submit a question down below, and I will do my best. I will do my best to over deliver in my response to you, because there has been people who've done that and they like the response that I've given them, and they have given me some good reviews. So do that as well, and then we'll see you in the next one. Peace.